it reminds me of something that I think we forget too often. God is always God. And there's no moment in history ever that is more spiritual than this moment. Nothing, nowhere, never. This moment is as spiritual as it gets. We are all immersed right now in infinite intelligence, creativity, possibility, love, light. It's all here for us right now in its fullness. We get to choose how much we accept. The overarching theme this month is freedom begins within. And the biggest freedom we have, I think, is the freedom of choice. We get to choose every moment how much light, how much love, how much goodness, how much food, how much trouble, whatever it is might be. We get to choose how much we're going to take in and let go of. This week's topic is living with open hands. And if you think about it, if you take a minute just to either bring in your mind's eye or actually look at your hands, our hands tell the story of our life. They tell the people we've loved and hugged and the people we've kept a distance from. They tell the tears we've wiped. They tell what we pick up at the grocery store, what we choose. They tell us all about letters we've written or not, or texts we've sent or not, or things we did or wish we could. They tell so much about our life. They are our story. And there's so much more to be written. There's so much more right now for us to write about the story of our lives. There's a spiritual question that I ask you, is what are you holding on to? Because holding on is something hands do. They either hold on or let go. They're either open or closed. And we choose how we're going to live our life. Now, a closed fist represents a life that wants control of things, wants to direct how everything moves and take care of things, and that's okay sometimes. We need to have a focus and a choice and be deliberate, but also hanging on can shut things out. An open hand says, I'm available, I'm here, I'm open give and receive. Ernest Holmes uses a word that I will equate with open-handed living. He uses the word spiritually minded. And I know in life, there's one thing, I think one of the most important things we're here to do, or maybe the most important thing, is to grow in thought or consciousness. We're here on that evolutionary spiral to grow, to have more understanding, more wisdom, more awakened living. And that, to me, is spiritual mindedness. So I want you just to think, use this morning to be a little bit of self-evaluation. You know, I did that when I was working on this, thinking, where am I holding on where I need to be open? Where am I holding on that I could, what I'm holding on to might be good, but there might be something better. Ernest Holmes says, we must be willing to let go of the life we've planned to accept the life that's waiting for us. Rolling River God is about life is always on the move. The question is, are we moving for the call of Spirit in us to catch up with our life that's waiting for us? Now, if you think about, now I know we go to the gym and we hold on to our weights, but weights can get pretty heavy. And a clutched hand, a fist, can get pretty heavy if we're holding on. But the thing is, we can have open hands, but our inner fist in our mind can be clenched with expectations and judgments and old stories and old beliefs and things we should have let go of a long time ago that keep working in our minds, that keep us from the good that's here right now. So the question I want you to ask is, what are you holding on to right now? You know, if we're here, as I said, these hands that we have, They're different than when we were born, of course, but these hands have more life to live. They have more feeling in them. They have something more to give us. Mary Oliver, a very spiritually minded contemporary poet, a few lines from one of her poems says, "Doesn't everything die at last and too soon?" Well, that might seem like a harsh statement, but that statement tells us how precious this one life we've been given is. There is a time, there is an expiration date that we all have, and it makes life more precious. And she asks us, what are you going to do with the one wild life you've been given? Are you going to be open to the experiences? Or are you going to hold on to just want it to have it just the way you want it? You know, it really changes things when we open to something new. I'll tell you one thing open-handed living does. It changes the way we love people. It changes the way we love them. You know, if you're closed in your thinking, you have a lot of expectations on people. You want your children to become what you know they should become, right? And you want your partner to be just the way you think they should be to be better for you, right? And you want your friends to act a certain way because that makes it easier for everybody. So what's happening there? Are you able to love enough that you can let people write their own story and watch them? Now, I need to make this clear. Open-handed living doesn't mean you don't have any boundaries. It doesn't mean you're a doormat. It doesn't mean you let anything happen. You can say with these open hands, I love you, I forgive you, and I release you to your own experience. Because what you're doing just doesn't work for me anymore. It's okay. It doesn't mean we just let anything happen that happens, but it means we have a spiritual understanding about it. Hi, little sweetie, could we just, love the little, oh, Mom, thank you. We love that little guy so much. It means that we have boundaries, and we don't allow other people to get away with things that we know don't work for us. We leave them to their experience. Life is about connection. And I love, did you watch the game yesterday? The third place game yesterday? Was that like so cool? You know, and the players are playing, but they help each other up. The other team came and helped each other up. At the end, even though it was so close, the coaches went and hugged the other players. There was so much camaraderie and kindness and goodness. It made you have faith in the world. And I'll tell you, these other countries are coming over to the United States, loving who we are, our kindness, our generosity, our fun, our goodness. And it reminds us of how blessed we are. We're meant to be connected. We're meant to get along. It's how we're designed and how we're made. In life, open hands remind us we are here to give and receive. With this process of giving and receiving, it's not just getting, it's not just giving. We talk about the infinite good that is ever present all the time. There's no place that it's not. When we receive our good, we're not meant to hang on to it. We're meant to share it and live it and be it. And that's what open-handed living means to me. The infinite is always giving of itself. The question is not whether God is giving. The question is, are we able to receive? Are we able to accept the good that's present? Too many of us hold on to the fact that our life isn't the way that it was meant to be. Do any of you do that? Like it's not meant, this isn't the life I planned. What happened to it? Well, I remember when I was teaching school, I loved teaching school. I was so happy. I mean, summers off, we had that. I thought, oh, weekends are so precious. Who would ever work on a weekend? Well, 27 years in this, and then having a store before that, which was 24/7, You learn your priorities change. You have to be open to something new that's calling you, something to make yourself available to something more. And that's what open-handed living is all about. We have to give and receive and be in that flow of life. I'm going to ask you just for a moment, if you look at your hands, put your feet on the floor and just, you can focus in, close your eyes, whatever feels right to you in this moment, to soften. Make more space in your being with your breath, with your awareness, with your kindness for yourself. We're here to grow and learn and become. And these hands have messages to tell you. It might be something that you're called to let go of in this moment because it's become too heavy for you to carry any longer. It doesn't mean it's ugly. It doesn't mean it's not beautiful. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It might be, but it doesn't mean that. It just means its time is done. There is a season, a reason to let go and make room for God's grace and goodness. For God's grace and goodness to show up, a new understanding, a new awareness, a new growth in thought and mind, to be more spiritually minded and trust in life and trust in God. Spiritual mindedness means that absolute trust and faith in the process of life, the goodness of God, and faith in the responsive nature of the law, of the way life works, the process of life. And right now, just know that life is always for you. It is never, ever, ever against you. It's always working for you. So as you're opening and trusting and being, feel that presence as it's working through you to bring you a new awareness, new guidance, new understanding in this moment. And if nothing has come, the time isn't ready, simply make the space for something new. Make the space. And with deep gratitude, just say thank you for the opening. Thank you for the awareness. And know that whatever it is will be revealed at the perfect and right time. The perfect and right time for you and for all people. The one thing we can do to make our life more open, more available, more receptive and flowing is we can commune daily with Spirit. And I have a good idea. This works for me anyway, because sometimes I forget. Does anybody forget anything ever or all the time? Anyway, if you wake up first thing in the morning, first thing, when your eyes open, just welcome life. Welcome life. And just say, life, I am available today. I'm ready. I'm open. I'm here. And I'm hot. That came from an old commercial. Kirk won a Fiero on, what show was it? Name that too. And he went to a Fiero, and it was here and it's hot. And it was bright red, and he used to drive it around. I said, ooh, you're here and you're hot. It was very cute. Never mind. Those are too much. Anyway, so as I said, we're here to express the goodness of God in all ways we can and learn from the things we don't. I'd like to give you a thought for a new way of praying. There's so many different kinds of prayers. Meister Eckhart said, of course, if thank you is the only prayer you ever say, it is enough. But there's also a prayer of trust. There's a prayer, and I know I felt a lot of prayers for my knee this week. Thank you. Lots of healing. I could feel them. It was so good. There's lots of healing prayers, all sorts of kinds of prayers. This is a prayer of trust. And I want to tell you how this is a little bit different than when you really want something or know something. This is a prayer where your hands are open and you're just in the mystery. Because the mystery, the honest, that's a good place to be. And it says, instead of saying, God, make this happen and make it now, you say, God, show me how to meet what happens. Show me how to be present in the moment, because open hands can hold it all. It's not, we're just not saying we just receive what's good and right and true. Bad things happen that hurt like heck. Life changes. Sometimes we're not letting go of things. Sometimes life pulls things away from us. It might be a loss of a job. It might be a loss of someone you love. It might be the loss of something very important. We don't know. It can be a loss of something physical in your being that you don't understand. But it's about, okay, let me be available, that I can show up for what happens. I can be there. I know for me, in the times of greatest loss, the placeholder that holds it all is always love. When you know you love something, you hold the love space, it works. And when we're praying, instead of saying, God, change them. Have you ever said that? Probably. We all have. But God, reveal to me what is mine to learn. How am I to grow? Remember, it's about growing in thought. How can I grow to hold this person's story that I don't particularly care for, but to hold them in that? What is mine to learn? And then this one I really, really love. It says, God, give me the answer now. God, deepen my ability to listen, because the answers are always there. It might not be exactly the time you want. Things don't always happen the time we want. But the answer is always there if we make space, just like we did, for it to show up and be there for us. This is a prayer of availability. So we have prayers of gratitude, prayers of healing, prayers of success, whatever we have, all kinds of prayers. This is a prayer of availability. If you feel stuck, if you want to open, listen, be ready, accept. God, use me. Use me right here and right now. And now, Lois, if we can have our call and response for today, because I'd like us to go home today a little softer, a little more open, a little more available to let the vibrant goodness of life work through each and every one of us. Can you see this? Who wrote this? Me? Okay. It's longer than I thought. Anyway, I'll do the lighter one, you do the yellow one, because that's the way it's written, so it sounds good. When fear tells us to hold on tightly. Oh, that sounded so, would you say that one more time? It sounded so good. When the past feels heavy. When the way ahead is unclear. When love asks us to give and grace asks us to receive. What do we release? What do we receive? What do we give? And how then shall we live? With open hearts, open minds, and open hands, we trust light, follow spirit, and let love flow. Would you just, and so it is. Will you take the hands, and if there's nobody next to you, there's an angel there. So just grab the angel's hand. I want us all to connect right now and open our hearts and minds. And just imagine there is a river of life flowing all over, everywhere present. We're in it right now. And we choose to open to that life and let it flow through us, the goodness of life, refreshing us, refreshing those with us, and knowing that together we are so much stronger than the sum of our parts. Let us let a silent prayer up to this good dome of goodness that we've created, a prayer in our own life, whether it's personal, whether it's for a friend, whether it's for the world, just not for your team today. I'm just kidding. Of course it can be for your team. But whatever it is right now, let that prayer be released into this dome. And we know there's a power for good that's here always, ever present, infinitely. And we are blessed to be part of this. We are blessed to be together. How good it is. How great it is. We just say, thank you, God. We give those hands a squeeze and we say, and so it is. Give yourselves a hand. God bless you all. I love you so much. And so it is.